All right, this week we are in Barnes Nobel's, and going really quick because I'm gonna get kicked out here. We are using the 4-hour work week to build a $40,000 business that takes 4 hours of work per week to run, or not to build, but to run. And we're looking at magazines this week. And it may seem like a weird first step looking at magazines to determine the market size, but it makes a lot of sense. If a group has a magazine, that means that people spend money to get better at that part of their lives. Also, there's a large enough following to support a business. And that's a great way to determine if a market is viable and to know if we've narrowed it down enough. So let's look at 3 possible markets that I was a part of that we talked about last week. Students, rock climbers, and men's health. I talked about being part of all those last week, and I've been through hundreds and hundreds of magazines, but there's not a single magazine devoted to college students and how to be a better college student. That shows me that they don't spend money on getting better at that part of their lives. College students don't spend money on being better college students. But rock climbers do spend money, and so do men who want to be healthier. Still though, this is a very broad category. I mean, men's health, there are so many different products in here, and they're all marketed towards credit cards, beer, lubricants. I mean, it's all, sure, men's health, but there's so many different types of products I could break it down into subcategories. Whereas rock climbing, it's all shoes or climbing rope. It's all for climbers. That shows me that rock climbing is not only a narrow enough niche because all the products are devoted to climbers, but it's also large enough to support a business because it has its own magazine. So I've been through this mental process for hundreds and hundreds of magazines using both the shelves in Barnes Nobel's and this, the Writer's Market, which is just a publisher's guide, a place where writers can submit articles to get published. And this is actually available in Barnes Nobel's. It's recommended in the 4-hour work week, and it's just in the reference section. You don't even have to buy this. It's just here, and you can get the information that you need out of it. So using that, and using this mental process, I came up with about 2 dozen or so niches that I'm a part of that I feel I know well enough that I could make products for and dominate because they're narrow enough and large enough to support a business. I've narrowed it down to the 2 that I feel like I know best: rock climbing and meditation. Now, these might change in the future, but for right now I feel comfortable moving forward. And the next step would be contacting their advertising directors. But I'm doing this on a Friday, on 4th of July weekend, and that means that no one's picking up. So unfortunately, we're going to have to leave that part for next week, when in addition to following up with the advertising directors, we're also going to be talking about product ideas, both generating them and evaluating them. Until then, thanks for getting better.